I want to touch on your first fight was November 2003, I believe. Yeah, have I got that right?
Now, before then, it was so I had a few different little scraps, and then I'm not the best on dates, but was it? I think it was either 2000 or 2001, and the most memorable one was John, which I think that was 2001.
What I was going to ask you is like, obviously, you've got a successful team in now. One of your fighters, yeah, your fights on Cage Warriors, which is a fantastic production. What's your views on 2025 when you're walking out as a coach, overseeing how these shows are running out to when you got your feet wet back in 2000, 2001? It's night and day, isn't it? What was your experience like?
Right, so I'd say from like I've had the pleasure of literally walking out to like 100 people at a small show,
Yeah,
to walking out with Rampage when he
yeah,
fought the UFC championship in Vegas or wherever, and all these shows. People think MMA is massive, but it's not. It's not all that big, really. When you're in it and you've seen it become what it is, you just see these select few stars who bring millions of people to it. People like Conor McGregor who just
yeah.
blow the sport up, and they bring a lot of new fans to it. But then, I mean, I know there's a lot more money in the sport, but yet how many fighters are still struggling because they're not getting anything? And
I
that's
think
that's
I think
99%.
99% of fighters are in that position, if I'm honest, Tom, and they, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's only the fortunate ones that get through to the UFC. And what's the roster in the UFC at the moment, Jack?
I don't know, 700,
You know,
maybe 700.
700 fighters out of a worldwide population of how many billion? There's not a massive percentage of guys making a really good living out of it, is it? And
But well, and how many of them 700 and something are
I was
making a
just
good
going to
living?
say,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
A lot of them
No.
guys are still
We,
working and
I can't remember which fighter it was. He put a post up, and he travelled to the UK to fight. Sorry, he travelled to America to fight. So he was on 12 and 12 was his contract, $12,000 and 12,000.
Yeah.
So he's had to pay for two extra flights and a hotel for his two coaches. He put that down. That was something like £1,500 for the flights, another £700 for the room. Then he got charged 30% tax by Vegas.
Yeah.
Then expenses while they were out there and everything else.
management fee.
What's that?
And a management
Yeah, his
fee.
management fee had to pay 20% to a manager, and then
10% to a coach.
yeah, and he'd lost the fight, so he cleared. If you're taking 30% off, less than $9,000, take out of all their mix, and he cleared something like £1,200. He said, like, I spent that on my camp.